Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And today we are going to go through how you can design different kind of automation on MyAlice through WhatsApp. When it comes to automation, what we mean by automation is setting up different processes that can actually help you reduce the kind of interactions that you are forwarding to your support team. So when you are managing your customer support across different channels, you might face different queries that are very general, very standardized, and it should not actually require a human individual to actually respond to them. So when you can actually automate those kind of interactions, or when you can actually set up automated system for the customers to actually go through before they actually get in touch with the support people, this can help you to manage your customer interactions in a much more efficient manner, and you can actually make sure the customer can get the first level of support before they actually interact with someone else. So, in terms of automation, there are a lot of avenues that you can explore on MyAlice. So, we are going to cover a few of them today. So, what we are going to go through is how you can design different kind of frequently asked questions, and you can automate them through different kind of queries. And we are also going to go through how you can use different attributes to fetch different kind of information from your Shopify store and provide those information automatically to your customers. And finally, we'll briefly go through how you can design different kind of e-commerce automation on MyAlice. In another video, we'll also go through the post-purchase and even pre-purchase automation that you can do. So in terms of different kind of automated messages, different kind of notifications, that is something that we'll explore in another video. With that in mind, let's dive deep as to how you can do that. So when you land on our dashboard, you first need to make sure that you have your WhatsApp account connected. So you can check that from the integration part, and here you'll see your WhatsApp account connected. So once you have connected your WhatsApp account successfully, you then need to go to the automation section. Here, what you'll see is you have different sections for different channels that you have connected on WhatsApp. So you can design the automation, same kind of automation across all those channels. Today we'll focus on WhatsApp. So you click on the WhatsApp channel, and here you'll see different kind of blocks that you can use to design different kind of automation. So the concept of automation on MyAlice is you have different sequences. So if you think about a user journey, the user lands on a particular flow, and there they either send you a message or they click on a button, and then they land on another step. So these particular steps are what we call sequences, and within those sequences you create different kind of content using the blocks that we have. So the user goes on a journey of their own, they click on different buttons, they ask you different questions, and against them you actually land them on a particular sequence where you have the relevant response created for them. So here you'll see two sequences by default. One is the welcome message, another is the default sequence. So the default sequence is essentially your fallback sequence. Here what you'll do is whenever the automation is not able to identify something, it's not able to provide an automated response to the customer, this is where you design a kind of like a fallback sequence where you tell them that, hey, we are not able to respond to you to your query. You can talk to one of our support team, and that's where you create a ticket and it comes to your support team. And you'll also see the option to add new sequences. So if you click a sequence here, and here this will open up this kind of like a blank canvas. Here you can design your content. So in terms of designing contents, you'll see these blocks that we have. The blocks are basically different functions that is designed to help you curate this whole conversation. So if you want to send a text, you can use the text block. If you want to add a few buttons, you have the quick reply block and the buttons block. If you want to show image and you want to add a few buttons against it, you can use the gallery block. If you want to send just an image, you can use the image block. If you want to send an audio, if you want to send a video, you can use these blocks as well. So say for example, you have a text, you have an automated text. So say for example, you want to create an automation for when someone asks you, where are you guys located? So if you want to respond to it with a text, what you can do is you can use a text block, and you can add your reply here. We are located in. So you can add the response here, and you can connect this particular sequence to previous sequences. So that's how the whole flow is designed, right? You have different sequences built and you connect them one with another. If you want to add a few buttons, so you can use the quick reply block, or you can use the buttons block. So there are a few key distinctions. The main one is in terms of capacity. So the quick reply block actually allows you to add around 10 buttons, whereas the buttons block, it only allows you to add 3 buttons. So depending on your use case, when you have like less than or equal to 3 buttons to use, you can use the buttons block. The buttons block also shows the buttons at a time, one after another, whereas the quick reply block actually hides the buttons under a tray. The user has to click on a button and then all the buttons will show. So depending on your use case, you can use alternatively between quick reply and buttons block. In terms of designing these automations, it's all about understanding these blocks. You can also use the user information section of the blocks to collect different kind of information from the customers. So if you want to collect their addresses, or if you want to collect their phone numbers, or even if you want to collect their any kind of details that can help you to guide the customer along, you can use these information to collect those information as well. In terms of these action blocks, you can use the redirect block to take the customer from one section to another without having them to click on any buttons. You can add conditions there as well. So depending on a particular attribute, you can actually design different kind of conditions as well. The ticket block actually brings the conversation directly to our inbox. So whenever so you can actually have a section where you tell the customer to select whether they want to talk to an agent. So if they click on a particular button in the following sequence, you add a ticket block, and that will actually take the conversation to the inbox. You also have the user rating block. This is one of the very important blocks that you can use to actually collect customer satisfaction levels after they interact with you. So you can use the user rating block to collect their satisfaction levels, and against each of these ratings, you can actually connect a sequence where you can provide a relevant response. So if they select a bad response, bad satisfaction level, you can actually tell them that, hi, we apologize for the inconvenience, we will actually work on this. Or if they provide you a good rating, you can show your appreciation. So this is basically how you use these different blocks to design kind of like a automated system. So this automated system that you've built using the blocks as of now, this is for the user to trigger. They can actually click on a button and they will land on a particular sequence. But in most of the times, the customer, what they will do is they'll actually ask you a question directly. So they will type, where are you guys located? Do you have this particular product? Or can I talk to a agent? So this kind of textual queries is something that you can also automate through MyAlice. And this is where our natural language processing capabilities comes in. So if you go to the integration section, and here under available integrations, you will see this NLP section. Here you'll see this intent and MyAlice NLU, which are basically pre-built NLP libraries that we have provided. So these two are mostly suited for e-commerce business owners, and it has a lot of intents and queries trained for the kind of queries that you can expect as an e-commerce business owner. So in terms of someone asking about refunds, someone asking about location, someone just going through a small talk session, that is something all of them are actually trained under this knowledge base. But again, these are very standard, very general, and it's applicable for everyone. But if you want to design an NLP library that is very personalized for you and your business and your customers, you can use the with.ai part as well. With.ai is NLP building system where you can design different kind of intents based on your requirements, and you can train different kind of queries under them. If you decide to go through one of the pre-built NLP libraries that we have, you can use intent. And once you click on intent, and you will be asked to connect it, you can, once it's connected, what you will see is you have different sequences that you've built, right? So you need to connect different intents against them. So say for example, you have an intent called refund. So for any kind of refund related queries, you should have an automated response. So within that automated response, you have set this response in a sequence. So you need to select that sequence, and you need to go to this rules section. Here you can click on the new rule, and you can select the intent. Here, once you click intent, it will show up all the different intents that you have created, that you have under intent, the intent NLU, right? So you just select the relevant intent that you want to connect to. And this is what you follow for all the other intents that you have. So for location, for refund, for delivery system, for payment, so all of these different kind of topics, you have specific intents for them. So what you need to make sure that you have these sequences created, and you just need to connect those intents against each of them. So once you have successfully connected them, whenever the customer actually asks you a relevant query regarding payment or any of those intents, this automated sequence will be triggered for the customer and they'll get the automated response. So essentially, this is how you design an automated system for the customer to go through. They can get the first level of support, and using the NLP, using with.ai or MyAlice NLU or intent, you can actually design a knowledge base where users can directly ask you questions and get an automated response against them. So the next thing that we're going to cover now is basically in terms of attributes. So the attributes are basically different selections or different values that we save against a customer. So even if you are designing different this kind of automation using the blocks, you will see the option to actually save their selection under an attribute. So if they're clicking on a button, if you are asking them, hey, what kind of products are you looking for, and you have different buttons called shoes, jackets, pajamas, or any kind of options that you've added, you can actually save the response against a particular attribute, and you can use that value to segment your customers or design a more personalized user journey for the customers within that automation. Here, what we're going to focus is mostly on the e-commerce attributes that we have. So whenever you are designing any kind of automation, and within those text fields, when you type in two curly brackets, this will actually open up all the attributes that you have saved. And here you will see different kind of e-commerce related attributes here. For example, product, last order status, last order URL. So these are all the different kind of personalized attributes for a specific customer. So if a particular individual is using the automated system and you have these values saved on your end, so what is the last product they have purchased, what is the last product they have ordered, or what is the status of their order. So if you have those things saved, if you have those information available on your website, what we'll be able to do is you can actually fetch those information and show them under these attributes. So say for example, if you have designed an automated system where you have a button called check my order status, and if they click on that button in the following sequence, you can actually collect their order ID. So you can use the user input block to ask for their order ID, and then you can add a text block, and there you can add an automated message like here's your order status, and there you use the attribute last order status. So using this kind of e-commerce attributes, given that you have those information on your website available and you have the customer's information that is required to actually collect those information from your website, you can use these attributes to design an automated system for the customers to get information that is very specific for them, right? Finally, the next thing that we're going to go through is the more advanced level of automation that we provide for specifically for e-commerce business owners on Shopify and on using WhatsApp on MyAlice. The automation that we have discussed as of now is basically very basic automation that you can use to provide self-service support to the customer. But you can actually take things up a notch by completely bringing your e-commerce products and your checkout processes on WhatsApp, so that the customer can just come to your account and they can just place the order without having to go to your website or having to speak to a particular individual. So this is something that is what we're doing is we are connecting with your Shopify store, and we are bringing all of this product information, and we are designing a catalog, and we are connecting that catalog of products with your WhatsApp account. Once that is connected, we can design an automated system where the customers can just come to your WhatsApp account, they can select the product, and they can just add that product to the cart. And if you have a payment gateway integrated on your website, we can just create a payment link from there, and the customer can just complete the payment and the order is placed, and it is going to be synced with your website in real time. So this is something that is currently being provided by us, by our success team. So if this is something that interests you, please reach out to us and we will help you set things up. To summarize, you do have a lot of automation capabilities that you can explore through MyAlice using our automation builder. Using these blocks, you can design a very robust kind of an automated system for the customers to go through a self-service system and get the initial support they need without having to go to your support team. And you can use the different kind of attributes to help them get information about their orders or their the support that they need, even without going to your support team. And you also have the option to bring a bit more advanced systems to the automation system by connecting your Shopify store and connecting your WhatsApp account and bringing that whole checkout process on WhatsApp. So in the next video, we will actually go through how you can design different kind of automated systems for notifications in terms of order confirmation, in terms of checkout, or all the other notification systems that you can set up through WhatsApp. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.